One of the most fascinating aspects of Grand Theft Auto, Vice City. Definitive Edition is how Tommy Vercetti's rise to power is shaped as much by the people around him as by his own ambition. Unlike many open-world protagonists who act in isolation, Tommy's story is defined by the alliances he forms, the betrayals he navigates, and the strategic partnerships that allow him to consolidate power. From the beginning, his relationship with Lance Vance is central. Lance is both a trusted ally and a reflection of Tommy's evolving priorities. Initially, their partnership feels practical, a shared interest in establishing control over Vice City's criminal underworld. But it quickly evolves into a complex dynamic where loyalty, ego, and trust are constantly tested. The Definitive Edition makes this more visually and narratively clear, with improved character animations and cutscenes that emphasize body language, dialogue delivery, and emotional nuance. Tommy's alliance with Ken Rosenberg further demonstrates how relationships shape his trajectory. Rosenberg acts as both comic relief and a strategic advisor, helping Tommy navigate the legal and social ramifications of his criminal enterprise. While Tommy relies on him for information and introductions, Rosenberg's neurotic personality and occasional cowardice force Tommy to act decisively and independently at key moments. This dynamic illustrates how Vice City presents relationships as tools that can empower or constrain Tommy, reflecting the reality that even a rising crime lord is never fully autonomous. Other alliances, like his dealings with Ricardo Diaz and eventually controlling the Vance and Diaz operations, show how Tommy leverages trust and manipulation. Diaz initially represents a figure of authority and threat, and Tommy's interactions with him are carefully balanced between diplomacy and aggression. Successfully navigating these interactions requires both tactical thinking and an understanding of human psychology, highlighting that Vice City's narrative is as much about social maneuvering as it is about violence. Every mission that involves alliances, whether it's coordinating a heist, defending territory, or negotiating with gang members, reinforces the idea that Tommy's success depends on his ability to read, influence, and sometimes exploit others. These relationships are also deeply tied to the player's experience. Missions that involve Lance, Rosenberg, or other key figures often force players to make strategic choices: who to protect, which territory to prioritize, and how to approach conflicts. The game subtly encourages players to consider the consequences of loyalty, betrayal, and trust, making Tommy's rise feel earned and interactive rather than scripted. For instance, the climactic confrontation with Diaz and his organization is not just about defeating an enemy. It's the culmination of carefully built relationships, alliances, and rivalries, demonstrating how interpersonal dynamics drive both narrative and gameplay tension. The Definitive Edition enhances these dynamics with improved visuals, character expressions, and cutscenes, making relationships feel more alive and consequential.